Today we are going to learn about cardiovascular system. What is cardiovascular system? The cardio. What does cardio means? Cardio means heart and vascular means vessels. So the cardiovascular system consists of heart and vessels. There are two types of vessels. One is arteries and the other is veins. Okay. The arteries are those vessels that takes blood from the heart to other parts of the body. Other parts of body. And the veins are the vessels that takes blood from other parts of body to the heart. Okay? So, the heart, the human heart consists of 4 chambers. How many chambers? 4 chambers. Out of these, two are atrium and 2 ventricles. Okay, so now let us draw the diagram of a human heart. So this is the structure, the diagram of the heart. This side shows the left side and this side shows the right side. Here it consists of the left ventricle and the right ventricle, and here's the left atrium and the right atrium. Here the left atrium is separated from the left ventricle by valves. These valves are known as mitral valve or bicuspid valve. They prevent the backward flow of the blood. Now from here, from the ventricle, there is a vessel going away from the heart and gonna supply blood to the whole body. Gonna pump blood to the whole body. This vessel is the aorta. This is an artery. It is called as the aorta. It is separated from the ventricle by a valve known as aortic valve. It prevents the backward flow of the blood. So you can see the aorta over here. Now look at the right side. Here we have the ventricle. The ventricle, the right side ventricle, is separated from the right side atrium by the valves. These valves are called the tricuspid valve because there are three cusps in this valve, but there were only two cusps. That's why it was called bicuspid. Here there are three cusps in this valve, so it is called tricuspid valve. And from the ventricle, a vessel is passing, which is gonna pump the blood to the lungs. And this vessel is called as the pulmonary artery, as it is taking blood away from the heart to the lungs. It is an artery, so it is the pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery is separated from the ventricle by a valve known as the pulmonary valve. So it's here, pulmonary valve is here. So here you can see the pulmonary artery. Now we have the veins. We're gonna talk about the veins. Look over here on the left side. There are pulmonary veins. They get the blood from the lungs to the heart. As they are the veins, they get the blood to the heart. They get the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. So these are the pulmonary vein. Here we have the vena. This is another vein. This is the vena. This is known as vena cava. Vena cava, which brings blood from the upper part of the body, is the superior vena cava, and the vein which brings blood from the lower part of the body is the inferior vena cava. It is the superior vena cava, and here is the inferior vena cava. Okay. Here you can see the outermost layer which is surrounding the heart is the pericardium. The outer layer. It is a fibrous sac. It protects the heart and prevents the overexpanding of the heart during pumping. Now the inner layer which is surrounding the heart is called the endocardium. The one which is colored with the blue color is the endocardium. And the muscles which are surrounding the heart are the myocardium, and this is the myocardium. As this part is separating the two sides of the heart, the right and the left side, so it is called the cardiac septum. Here you can see that the left side of the muscles which are surrounding the heart are thicker than the muscle at the right side, because from here the heart pumps a large amount of blood to the whole body, and from here the oxygenated blood is pumped to the lungs. So here we require more pressure, so more thicker muscles. Now look at this part. You can see these lines I have made here. Here I have shown the chordae tendineae. Okay, these are the chordae tendineae. It's written here, chordae tendineae. These are the tendons which connects the valves to the muscles of the heart, papillary muscles. The red color shows the papillary muscles, and these lines shows the chordae tendineae, and they are connecting the papillary muscle to the valves. So now let's see. As the blood is taken from the lungs to the heart, the oxygenated blood comes from the lungs to the heart, like this, and it goes into the ventricles. From the ventricle it goes to the aorta. From aorta the blood goes to the other parts of the body, and then it returns to the heart, after giving the oxygenated blood to the body, providing oxygen, it returns to the heart from the lower side and from here. Okay, then it goes from the atrium to the ventricle, and from here it goes into the pulmonary artery. It goes back to the lungs. I hope you have understood it clearly. I'll explain it once more.
So we're gonna revise it once again. So here we have the left side and the right side, the left atrium, the left ventricle, the right atrium, the right ventricle. Now we're gonna talk about the left side, the left atrium, the left ventricle. They are separated by the mitral valve that prevents the backward flow. And then from the left ventricle, the aorta is from the left ventricle, the aorta emerges, and it is separated from the left ventricle by the aortic valve. Then on the right side, we have the right atrium and the right ventricle separated from each other by tricuspid valve. From the right ventricle, the pulmonary artery emerges, and the pulmonary artery is separated from the right ventricle by the pulmonary valve. Here we have the chordae tendineae. These are the tendons that connects the valves to the papillary muscles of the heart. The heart is surrounded by, there are three layers in the heart: the pericardium, the outermost layer, the middle layer, the myocardium, and the innermost layer is the endocardium. The two sides of the heart are separated by the cardiac septum. And there are two arteries which are emerging from the heart: the aorta and the pulmonary artery. And the veins which are in the heart is the pulmonary vein and the vena cava, the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava.
So I hope you have understood it well. Thank you so much.